Okay, so I'd like to make a part 2 to my video that I posted earlier in the spring regarding the water intrusion issues on all Saturn, second generation Saturn S-Series cars. So what I did over here, you have a little mesh screen here that keeps water from leaking out into the little cowl here. So I took like a waterproof base glue here and I glued it down so there's going to be no issues there. And then over here, the actual issue with the water coming in during extreme rainstorms was that black receptacle there. And all you have to do is squeeze it and take it out. Now that, once it gets, 28 years old, which this car is, it gets clogged up with dirt, grime, and grease and all that stuff. You can actually see a little bit of grease on the right side of the actual receptacle. And that will get clogged up, and that will actually cause the water intrusion. So I wanted to update you in showing you that this is now all clean, all dry, all clean. Since I did this update to the the cleaning of that receptacle, I had to take the carpet out of here. Not this actual floor, but there's like a noise reducing kind of like a carpet for a house that I took out. I ran that through the washing machine, got rid of all the moldy, mildewy smell out of it, and it's been fine. It's been perfect for the past couple of months since I made that last video. So that's one update. I just wanted to show you around the car again. In the engine bay, I did a couple of things, and I will have a couple of other more things to do. I'll show you the trunk next after the engine bay. I actually painted the front bumper since the last time I've talked to YouTube or uploaded anything to YouTube. I put new spark plugs in with a buddy of mine, did the spark plug wires. Next up is the valve cover gasket and the new valve cover. These are plastic, so I bought another one. I'll show you the trunk in a minute, or show you inside of the trunk. Oh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, also Pennsylvania got a new updated license plate. I decided to get it for this car because it's white and the white matches and it looks great. So this is the new valve cover. That's the gasket. And this is a company that is highly recommended in terms of vehicle valve cover gaskets or head gaskets, Felpro. Very good brand from what I've heard. I have the degreaser. My vehicle started making like a buzzing noise, or the Saturn rather, started making a buzzing noise when the acceleration increased and then would go away. So I topped it off with some Dex, something, I forget the actual name of it, but yeah, I topped it off, and then when I ran this thing through a car wash, the buzzing started to get really pronounced again. So I think it has something to do with water getting somewhere else inside the transmission. I'm not too worried about it. No warning lights are on the dashboard. Car drives fine. Just taking it easy, and if I don't mash the accelerator, that buzzing sound really goes down. So trying to dry it out. See where I take it. Might have to get the transmission fluid, what do they call it, the drain and fill method, not completely flushing it, just the drain and fill, change the transmission filter, and we should be good here. I do not know what I'm going to do about the trunk. Not the trunk, but the trunk, I guess, clips for the bumper. You can see that the rear bumper, was kind of haphazardly put on there, so it's a little minged. But if I try to slide it with all my weight and push the trunk lid closed, it looks better than it did although you still have a little bit of space here and there, so it's not the worst. Just something to keep in mind in the future. If you are bored, if I get bored, I might do this, might fix that up, but it's not a problem, not affecting the drivability at all. I did clean the rear seats as much as possible. I'll have to open the car up again just to show you, because I locked it. It's a habit of mine. So the rear seats are as clean as they're gonna get. Much better improvement than what they were back in March or whenever I made that last video on the car. Maybe, you know, a little vacuum the floorboards and things like that. Other than that, the car works tremendously. Everything works flawlessly. You know, it's a great car, and you know, General Motors destroyed the brand, and it really makes me sad, because you're not going to get another American car manufacturer that makes compact, cheap to buy, but not to fix. It's not a cheap car with cheap build quality. It's really good build quality, just in a cheaper price point. And we're not going to see that from any American. We're actually not seeing that from any automobile manufacturer anymore. Most of the auto manufacturers do not offer compact sedans anymore. Everybody's buying, you know, Jeeps, or, you know, SUVs or crossovers or trucks. You're not really finding good cars in sedans anymore. So it's a shame, and I don't think this country's going in the opposite direction anytime soon. I think we're going ahead to, you know, electric vehicles and all that shit. So whatever, I bought this Saturn, and it's a great car, and I will enjoy this. I'll have this for a very long time, because it will last a long time. I've seen people driving these things with, you know, 300,000+ miles on it. So this is not even broken in for the amount of time that I've driven it so far. I've maybe driven this thing 1,000 miles, maybe a little bit higher than that, since I've bought this car back in January. So, you know, it's a beautiful car. I love it. It's a very economical car. Gas is cheap. It takes me $20 to fill up. I could drive this thing for a week and don't need to fill up again. But, you know, just a couple more updates on my Saturn. I'll make another video when I'm doing the valve cover gasket with my buddy, and just to update you. And then we'll have to figure out a couple of, I guess, the engine frame, the part of the frame that the engine sits on. I think they call it the engine something. It is a little bit rusty, but I bought some oil, not really oil, but like a foaming rust preventative, kind of like a foam-based rust reverser preventative measure spray. So I'll do another video on that, spraying and really coating the underside of the car. Other than that, this car is beautiful. It's plastic, all plastic panels besides the hood and the roof, so you're not going to see any rust on the body panels. It's just a great car, and I love it. And I will see you guys in the next video, but appreciate you watching the recent updates.